Good evening. Hi, everybody. Hey, Misty. Oh, good evening. I hope everybody had a good day. It's Thursday. So I do have 3 sew-alongs to share with you. A sew-along, a block of the month, and a mystery sew-along. How did I get so lucky to find something for every day? Let's see if I'm as lucky for tomorrow. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you the first one. And this one is by Jillily Studios. Hello, Cheryl. And this is called the Sewing Bee. Now, this is not applique. There is no applique whatsoever on this. This quilt uses her perennial fabric collection by Riley Blake, and there are panels with that collection. And the rest is piecing. So it looks like you might be doing a little embroidery or something. I know there's rickrack in there and some pinwheels and these blocks. So I'm not sure how it all comes together, but it's a big project apparently. It's 64 inches by 78. And this pattern, or this kit, and this is from her website, includes the pattern and all the fabric for the quilt top and binding, but does not include the rickrack for the flowers. So you would want to get your own, but you can buy the pattern separately, and there's a link below for that. But I have all the links below for this website, her Instagram page, her YouTube page, her Facebook page, all of that kind of stuff is listed this evening. Listed below. Listed this evening. I'm reading at the same time. All right. So that is the first one I have, Jillily Studios. And then the next one I'm going to share with you is with Stitchin Heaven. And this is a Jen Kingwell project called Green Tea and Sweet Beans. I was originally in my head calling it green bean and sweet peas. So I had to correct myself. This begins in May of next year, and it does include the backing fabric for this. It comes with all the fabric you need. It's a 10-month program. You'll receive the pattern and fabrics necessary to complete the quilt top, including border and binding. Backing fabric is also included. It measures 71 by 75. Here's some additional pictures up close. I would just adore doing a Jen Kingwell project. I started one once. I probably mentioned it 100 times, but never did finish it. So I just love that black and white polka dot. I think this is so cute. So the links below are for the Stitchin Heaven website so that you can register for this if you're interested in it. I don't know. I think this is really cool. Anyway, not something I'm probably going to do though. All right. So then the last one that I have is, and I know a lot of people are into cotton cuts. They have a table runner and placemats program coming up, and I think they've been shipping things out as of yesterday. So I don't know what is available anywhere for this. You'll have to go in and check it out. There are colorways you can choose, and they'll send you the kit. Fabric will arrive in one shipment, leaving the week of November 1st. So there's going to be a total of 6 clues for 6 weeks. And you'll get them via email. I guess also on December 6th, if anybody is signing up for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, the PMQ, those start It's 7 p.m. signups, I think, on December 6th every year. So from what, there's also a link below to a video because that's where I learned about this today. I just happened to catch a video. And so I've got links below for the video and for this page right here where you can sign up for this, for the holiday mystery. And you can pre-order below the table runner, the placemats, and the whole bundle. So that's all available for you too if you're interested. I used to get a box monthly of half-yard cuts from Cut Cuts. Oh my gosh, it was like 4 years ago, I think. And so I'm still like using some of those half-yard cuts. From time to time, I'll grab it from my stash or something. But I had stopped that too because I wasn't. What was the deal? Oh, the first few boxes were really good, and then the last few I really wasn't real pleased with the choices that they made. So I was like, oh well. So Misty, I have been quilting. I started when my youngest son, who is now 26, was like 3 or 4 years old. You know, I remember I had this old Kenmore sewing machine. I still have it, but that's what I taught myself to quilt on. So all of my family members, my father was a woodworker. My mother made little dolls and little things to, Santas and things to hang on Christmas trees, all very primitive. And my sister is a draw. She can draw and paint, and she's an artist. And I didn't have a talent. And so I decided I needed a talent. And I was watching Eleanor Burns and Jenny Doan, and I just got kind of stuck. Well, they weren't on yet because internet wasn't around when I started, but I had books and things like that I went to quilt shops for. I remember buying my first jelly roll and thought that was just the neatest thing since sliced bread to have pre-cut fabric and everything. So, and I think my mom still has the very first quilt that I made. And I made several for my dad and a couple for my mom and my sister. And I think my mom still has all of it. I know my sister doesn't, but and anyway, so one of these days when I get an opportunity, my mom has this storage place in the basement, and it is just stuffed full of things. And there is something I actually want to get out of there. And of course, it's at the very end on the bottom. And so I've got to move everything from the front all the way out just to get to it. So, and it's a long corridor. It's called their cold storage room in the basement. So, but one day we're going to go through all of those things that she has in there that have been there for 14, 15 years since they moved into that house. And I'll find my quilts that I made, I'm pretty sure. A funny story, my son was enthralled with candles at the time that I started sewing, and I was hand stitching or blanket stitching down some applique hearts onto a flannel quilt, and I got that pattern out of a gooseberries recipe book. I just loved those things. And so I had put it down to go do something, and when I came back into the living room, everything was on fire. He had put some string into the candle and flung it, I guess, when he got scared. And so, yeah, I had to I put that fire out, but my quilts got damaged. I was making one for my mom and one for my sister, the exact same quilt. And it was for Christmas, and one of them got damaged pretty bad. And so I salvaged what I could of it. And so my sister's was much smaller than my mother's. So not that that's funny in any way, but it's funny, not funny kind of thing. I was terrified. And then my father happened to call like within 20 minutes after. And he says, I just had this feeling I needed to call you. And I said, how do you always do this? My house just nearly burnt down. Anyway, so that's my quilting story and how I got started. I had to have a craft of my own. And I did it off and on for years until when my father got sick and we couldn't do the woodworking together anymore. And so I've been quilting every day since. I set up in my dining room in the house I was living in before this, and been doing it every day since. So it's been about 8-10 years straight now. So I've been doing it a while, at least 23 years, at least, because he was 3, I think. Anyway, so today on Pat's video, she did not do a fabric selection for the London Town Sampler block that is to be, she does it every Thursday. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. But I'm assuming, there I go with that word again. I would think that she would do it here pretty soon. If not, tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday. So I'm going to go ahead and pick my fabrics for the next block. And I'll get it done when, when Pat gets her done. Your beginning is great. You do have talent. Took a class with the community center years ago and never finished. It was a sampler. I made a few blocks. I am so happy to hear that all these people actually took a class. I never went to a class because there were no quilt shops near me. I was living in Minneapolis at the time, and so there were no quilt shops near me that I even knew about. And we didn't have Google, so I couldn't Google it. I looked it up in the yellow pages, and I think I went to one and I was not impressed. But my mother was very aware of quilt places because she would go pick out fabric to dress her dolls and get felts and flannels and wools to make coats and pants, trousers and dresses and things. And so I would go with her. And they were all here in Wisconsin. So, because that's where they lived, of course. But good evening, Georgia. So, yeah, that's with JJ Stitches. If anybody's familiar with it, they're in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, just outside of Madison, off of Interstate I-94. And yeah, that was my shop that I love to go to. And I never took a class, never, ever, ever took a class. I still to this day have not taken a class, even with my local shop. And they have so long days and everything right now. And my new long armor, her store opened up, 7 days ago. And she posted something on Facebook about her days to come in and sew and the hours and stuff that's available. And I really don't have any desire to go do that. I just kind of want to do it at home. This is Cutty Sark. And I didn't even know what a Cutty Sark was. I Googled it. It's a ship. It's just a big ship. It's bigger than this, but I thought I'd go ahead and start picking out some fabrics for this. So it's got a blue bird in this one and red sails and a blue boat. So I'm going to try to pick out some fabric. Oh, I suppose I should tell you the things that I did do, because this morning I did quite a bit of things. I did quite a lot. This isn't staying in here. Let me see. There we go. Oops, even that's not working. Let's do it this way. So I put the border on my Grenadier Guard. So there he is, all bordered up and done. I finished putting the border on Buckingham Palace. And now that's all done. And I also did Big Ben without the clock face. So here's my Big Ben. I really like it. I like it. I really do. I'm very happy with it. So I'm very happy with all of my blocks so far. And I can't wait to pick out fabric for this one. So I will be putting those on the wall. I made a mess of my sewing room today because I got the rug out. I got a bookshelf out, and I started going through a few things because it's time to declutter. I was feeling a little overwhelmed in that room, and it's time to just declutter some things and organize and clean and make everything cohesive. So I started making some progress on that because according to my shipment, it's going to be here either tomorrow or Saturday, my rug. So I need to get my room dusted and cleaned and wiped down and clean mop the floor and stuff before I put the rug down. I'm getting really excited about moving back into my room. I don't like the clutter down here now. Thank you, Misty. I appreciate that so much. I'm very pleased with my blocks and cannot wait to work on this. And I've been like, as I go through Instagram and Facebook looking for sew-alongs and quilt-alongs and things, I have found some very interesting ways of quilting things, hand quilting things. Kind of might want to hand quilt this quilt. I don't know. I'm usually a big hand stitch quilter, so maybe not. But I have to talk to my long armor and see what kind of options I have for the quilting on this. All right, so I'm thinking this was my first initial thought on this block. That I wanted to do the sails in a pink. Or something that's close to the red. So was thinking maybe something like this. It's very similar to this in a way. So I was thinking something in that order. And then one of the blues. I don't want to use the same print. How about... Nope. I got a couple different kinds of blues in my Tilda, though. How would that look? Those two. And then, otherwise, there's these two. Kind of like that. This one here is a little bit more darker. This one's just a tad bit brighter. I kind of like the brighter one. Ooh, 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 ooh. Do I do the cakes? My favorite fabric. The pink cakes in this one. I kind of like that. I kind of like this. All right, my heart is singing right now. Let me know what you think. The darker pink, the brighter pink, or the middler pink. Middler. I swear. Or I can do an actual Liberty fabric. You like the brighter one? Yes, the cakes. I love the cakes. Yep, the cakes. I think that's what it's going to be, is the cakes. Let's see here. All my scraps. And then I also have this Liberty fabric too. But I think the cakes are going to be the ones that are going to take the cake. I think that's the winner chicken dinner. I could, there's also this pink, but that wouldn't go with my Tilda blue bottom. I'd have to change everything up. All right, so I think I'm going to go with the cakes because I really like the cakes. And I used them before. Which one did I use them in? Which block did I use it in? I think it was Westminster Abbey. Is that what this was? Oh, this is the Tower of London. I used them in there. Oh, I'm going to use them again in the sale. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. I love these blocks. Just tickled. I am just tickled about that. Get all giddy. And then let's see. I need a bird. Now, do I want to go blue? Or do I want to do a red bird again? Like I did in the tree. Let's find that tree block with the bird in it. Should the birds match? Should I do a red one? Does that go with this? Or should I get like, do a blue bird? I've already got blue. I don't know. The red. I could do this pink bird. A pink bird. That's kind of making me think. And then the gray wings. What else do I got? A green bird? No. I think the pink. Pink bird and wing. And then I used that little gold. I got a little scrap here for his beak. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. Everything else is a little too big print. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this. Good choice. Pink bird, gray beak, gray wing. And this is the sails and the bottom of the boat. Okay, that's what it's going to be. Did I miss anything? I have to put flags on it again. I'm going to use the same ones I used. And this, I'm going to use the same flags that I used in that other block. And then this will stay at gray, the same as the wing. I'll use that. Yeah, I'm liking that idea. I am really liking that. Okay, so let me put these in here. So I got that all set, ready to do that. So now let's get ready to sew along. So today I decided I'm going to get, hello Scrappy Quilter. Today I am going to work on Red Sky at Night. I have cut out a bunch of fabric for blocks because I am going to be about 3 weeks behind as of tomorrow. And so I wanted to catch up. So that's what I'm going to do, is catch up on Red Sky at Night. So I did do one block already this morning. I did a lot this morning. Did a lot. So let me show you what I did do. So this is for week 6. I did 20 and 21 already for week 6, and I needed to do 22, the flying geese. So I finished that this morning. I made all my flying geese, and she is done. I don't know, it seems smaller when I look at it compared to the other blocks, but it's not. I measured it. So the blocks are complete for week 6. And so now I'm working on week 7. I haven't done any EPP. None whatsoever. I got to Goose Tracks and I started it and I stopped once I moved downstairs. I didn't do any. So I am working on, I've got pieces cut for this block, which is called Cups and Saucers. And I have pieces cut for this block, which is called P for 4. So I am ready. Thank you. Do I have a favorite quilt pattern? I have a lot of them, and I have them upstairs in a basket that they're like the things that I want to make someday, like soon, within the next 5 year, my 5-year plan maybe. But is there any one of them that is my absolute favorite? Not really. I have favorite blocks. The churn dash block is like my absolute favorite block. Basket blocks are my favorite blocks. And Ohio Stars is my favorite block. I don't know why. They are. They are. So I've got all of the stuff cut and ready to go. I need to trim down my half square triangles, make my flying geese. So that's what I'm going to do, is get those 2 blocks done today. And then tomorrow I'll be talking about week 8 assignment. So I won't be that far behind. I won't. Where is this? So let's see. These were assigned on October 25th. And, oh no, not week 8. Week 9 is next week. There's the 8th. So I'm still 2 weeks behind, but I'm catching. I'm at least maintaining that pace. I'm at least maintaining that pace. But I'm really liking the scrappiness of this quilt. All of this is just, to me, this is just fun, fun, fun. All of this scrappiness. I just love it. Absolutely love the scrappiness of this quilt. And these fabrics, this 19th Century by Pam Buddha, I love it. Every piece of fabric in here, I absolutely love. And I have the opportunity to use each one at least once. So this is the Red Sky at Night. This is a quilt along that is done by Tales of Cloth. She's from Australia, but this is the quilt. And I'm doing the version that has both EPP, the English paper piece blocks, and the piece blocks. So right now I'm just working on the piece blocks, and there's 49 total blocks for this, or 48, something like that. And it is, I really like this one. This one's second to the London town. I really do like this one. So the blocks that I am working on today, 23 and 24, were assigned for the week of October 25th. And tomorrow is the 8th. So I'm like 3 weeks behind. But that's okay. I'll catch up at some point. I'll have more days like today where I can just sit and sew to my heart's content, just watching TV and videos. Yeah, I'm enjoying that. I had fun. I had so much fun doing that this morning. I had so much fun. I didn't want to stop. Thank you. So this quilt is kind of, she's using all like old-fashioned traditional blocks and using the names, because a lot of blocks had like several different names for the same block, and she's choosing one of the minis. And with each email that you get, and we get them Thursday evenings for the Friday following the assignment, and she emails you a story. I should probably share with you one of those stories. They're very fascinating. They're historical references to, when, what's her name? I used to know her name right off the top of my head, of the young lady in Kansas who, or Missouri, I can't remember, who started her quilting business by putting patterns in the paper, and people use their flower feed sacks and seed feed sacks to make dresses and quilts and things with them. And so that's how that all got started. So she told a story about that. And I think one week it was another story about World's Fair, and yeah. So it was kind of interesting. It's very good historical references. All right, so let's start with block 23, cups and saucers. So there's my centerpiece. And I gotta trim up some half square triangles. What are you guys working on today? Use this one. My new one. It's all sticky. Everything, it doesn't slide around like the rest. I love it. The 5.5 inch square up ruler that I got. I think it was in a Sew Sampler box. Yeah. Oh, I need a drink. So I got my Christmas glass out today. Well, it's plastic, but I've been thirsty all day today. Misty, what's your favorite quilt pattern? Do you have one? Or block? Or type of quilting? Because I like foundation paper piecing too. And I'm going to pull out a whip after the first of the year and get that back on my schedule. So, and that's all foundation paper piece. What's everybody else's favorite? Do you have a favorite quilt pattern? How about designer? Who's your favorite designer? Yeah, I've really challenged myself with all of these projects. Well, you know, the thing is I didn't expect not to have to go back to work as much. So it kind of came out of left field, but you know, it is what it is. And I'm not going back to work for an employer, so I like making up my schedule of when I work and when I don't work. I love it. And I was not going to take today off, but I ended up doing it because I just was in my zone and in my happy place, and I was just going to town this morning on getting things taken care of and doing things. I wanted to get that big bend done, and I was really excited about that. So Cheryl, I started a new quilt in blues and yellows. Oh, I love blues and yellows. With a charm pack and background fabric using half square triangles. Makes a 32-inch block. Wow, that's a big block. Making 4 large blocks and sashing plus outside border to make it bigger. That sounds so much fun. Big blocks. Those are huge. So far, you like star blocks and log cabin blocks. You like Tulip Pink and Jessica Dan. Okay. And you like big blocks too? Yes. Those are fun because they're easier to do. It does sound, Cheryl. It does sound lovely, doesn't it? Cheryl, I want to see it. The 32-inch box. Whoa, that's massive. It's massive. All right, now I'm going to make my flying geese. So I've got that laid out. Make my flying geese. And I can put this together. That goes with that. Save every little scrap that I have. So I'm going to have to make myself, I got to find another scrap project. Well, this one's scrappy. It's scrappy in the sense that it's all using the same line of the fabric line, but I want to do something using my scraps in my bin upstairs because it's overflowing. Literally. Yep, London Town's it's been a really good one. It's been very fun. I've enjoyed this one so much. Don't even know. In this scrappy one, what's nice is I just get to use like one of every fabric. It's like I don't have to. I started out trying to control it, but it's more fun to just let it go. Laundry Basket Quilts is my favorite fabric designer and pattern designer. Actually, I like all of her patterns. I have quite a few of them. I have a lot of books. I think her style is more my thing nowadays. But I also like those little modern cutesy things, those little Japanese florals, and I don't know, I'm just like fascinated with it all. I like it all. I like primitive gatherings. I was watching her video today too, and she was talking about something for Christmas, so I didn't see it on her website. I looked, but yeah, laundry basket quilts. I just adore Jutta. She's just the cutest little thing. Just want to pinch her cheeks and hug her all the time. I'm fascinated with Jen Kingwell's patterns. I like it all, you guys. I really do. Tula, I get into certain things. Now, EPP with Tula, I would love to do something like that. Oh, I'm already doing FPP with Tula right now. So I'm finally getting my Tula quilt. I've tried numerous times to do a Tula quilt. I've got a whole bunch of stuff in my purse that I started and never finished. So maybe one day. Oh, I'm going to have to put my iron back up here. All right. I'm going to need some water. I need my steam. All right. I'm sliding off my chair. Okay. Let's get these out. Got 1/2 of it. Sew and flip on. And this pattern also gives you the instructions to do the flying geese for the 4 at a time method with the really big piece and the little one. You sew all the way across the edge. I've never done that before, by the way. You like flamingo toes? She's so cute. Oh my God, I just love her. I watch her videos. I watched some sew-alongs that she did not that long ago that I did not participate in, but I watched her sew. Hot. Wendy Shepherd is the most amazing pattern designer. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one. I want her Annie's Autumn magazine so bad. I never did get the Christmas one, and I wanted that one too. So next time I put in an order at the Fat Quarter Shop, I'm going to order both those magazines. Because she's got an orange and white quilt that Pat showed in her video today. I want that. I want that. I love the color orange. I do love it. I love it a lot. I don't have a whole lot of it in my house, but my niece in Colorado, the oldest one, she loves orange too, and she has tons of it in her house. I just love it. Oh, I made her, no, I didn't make her a tulip pink quilt. What I did was I made this, so when she got married, her husband was in the Marines, and not the Marines. Yeah. What was he in? I don't remember now. Anyway, he flew in those Osprey, those helicopter planes. And so I made what was called a Road California block. And when I was putting it together, I could see a heart in the center. So I redid the block so that this little heart would come up. And then I put a whole bunch of pinwheels, or like 3 big ones on it, that were the helicopter, because they were getting married and moving to California and living in San Diego while he was in the Marines, and made pinwheels, 3 big pinwheels on it too. I may have a picture. And it was in red, white, and blue, and I gave it to him as a wedding gift, but I backed it. It was in tulip pink fabric. My niece is a very eclectic young lady, and I adore everything about her. And so I used a very eclectic tulip pink back on it. So she uses one side at Halloween because I think it's one of the Halloween fabrics. It was blue, it was purple. The back of this red, white, and blue quilt. And had the faces of these girls on it. And I put that on the back of the quilt. I thought it was hysterical. And my niece loved it because now it's like she can have that out for all of the Veteran Days and 4th of July and stuff. And then she can also have it out for Halloween, the reverse side. She thought it was very clever. I don't know. When I went to my local quilt shop looking for backing fabric for that quilt, she thought I was absolutely nuts to put that on there. I'm like, you can put anything you want to on the back of your quilt. But I know my niece, so. And she is a cutie. He's no longer a Marine, but he did 5 years and then called it quits. His dad was kind of like a long lifer Marine and a pilot, so. But retired Delta Airlines pilot. Learned how to do all that with the Marines. Okay, one side's done. Very clever. I thought so. Oh, let's see. Which way do I have to go with these? My pedal's scooching away from me. I think I should have taken this off. No, this blue quilt, this is a vintage quilt that I found at an antique store many, many years ago in Minneapolis. And it is, I call it my logo quilt because I love baskets. But this one here is done, there's 2 blocks. Like there was a mistake. I don't know if she did it on purpose or if it was a true mistake, but there's this is not done correctly. These should have been facing the other way, and then there's a block down here that is facing the wrong way. It's an old vintage one that was hand quilted. It has no batting in it. So I call it my logo quilt because it's blue and white. It's Bristol Blue. So, but I wanted to make a replica of that. And I made a yellow and white one in earlier this year. No, when did I make that? I finished it. I started it a few years ago. What's going on here with my pedal doesn't want to behave. And I made a yellow and white one, the same pattern, but put them on point. And it's much smaller because I didn't have enough fabric. But that needs to be quilted. And I just finished it like a few months ago, a couple months ago. In one of my videos. I always wanted a yellow and white quilt. So I finally finished that top. I wanted to put it on my bed, but I didn't have enough fabric to make it big enough. So I could go find some border fabric and make it bigger. But the whole yellow and blue theme you were talking about, the fabric line, I love that. And I wanted to do that in my bedroom, so I bought myself this yellow rug with blue in it. It's kind of twally looking, and I love that blue twall. And I wanted to get that make a quilt and put it on my bed. I haven't done it yet. I haven't found the fabric that I just had to have or anything yet. I was into the shabby chic, and I still am. I still love that stuff. I love looking at it. Just didn't put, I'm very eclectic. I have all kinds of different stuff. I like it all. I like it all. All right. I just checked my bobbin. I always seem to run out of bobbin on sewing long days. This is a nice, yes, that quilt is a very nice thing. I have had it a very long time. I haven't washed it yet. It's full of stains. I bought it that way, but yeah. I don't do that so much anymore. I have a whole closet full of vintage quilts up in my sewing room, but I was cutting them up. I like the tattered ones. The more tattered and used and dingy they are, the better for me. That's my favorite thing. Almost ready to start putting this block together. Go to bed together quickly. It's the cutting that takes me a while, because I don't like to do the cutting part. I got plenty of steam in that iron right now. Whew. All right, one final press. I'll put the paddle on it. Tina! Oh, I have two of them. I have one over there for my EPP stuff. And then my PC is sitting on another one. It's a pink one that is a like a Lazy Susan. It's from Jillily, because I like to turn my monitor easily without being a bumpy ride. I have two of them, and I have a really small one too that I got in a Fat Quarter Shop. So sampler box. But yeah, I can turn these. I don't know. I'm not. I get into a mode with these. I like it. This one here is hanging over just too much for me. Trim you up. There you go. Making sure it's the right size. So. And I want another Taylor clapper. I want another clapper. Especially when you get to doing a lot of working on multiple blocks at one time. I guess I could have laid out the other one too and worked on both of these at the same time. But for some reason, I've been working one at a time today. Yeah, the leaf quilt. I think I should. I think I talked about that one on a video. I can't remember now. I know I did, but I can't remember when it was. It was just last week or the week before. So yeah, and she's showing all of the quilts that are in that book. Well, she showed all of them today, but she's going to show them again. I just love that orange and white one. That one's my favorite one. So if I was to sew along on that one, I'd do that one. But I'd have to go buy some fabric. And I'm not spending any money at the moment, so that won't be happening. But, oh, what am I doing here? I'm supposed to trim it. Trim it, trim it, trim it. It's way off. All right. Almost got my units done. Last one. Yeah, today she showed that. And then we got to actually see the actual quilt too. I love that. Oh, when her calendar came out for November, I talked about those things that she was doing that are coming up soon, and that was one of them. Yeah. So I think it was what? It was before November 1st. So air. All right. So now let's get this laid out again. Colors go out to the side. All right, so now I gotta figure out where are these gonna go. And they go this way. So I'll put purple and green together. This goes this way. Yellow and green together. Do the red over here with blue. And let's see here. Let's do this instead. I don't want orange with red. I think I'll switch those. I don't have red with red. There we go. Does that look great? Sure does. Tomorrow, I'm on at 7 p.m. every night now, Tina. Hi, Jessica. Because I'm working during the day. Who says the plan? So I typically get out between 7:30 and get done about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Today I did not work. I take a couple days off a week. So I don't work 7 days a week. So. But I do like working Saturdays and Sundays. Why didn't I just do that? I should have just kept on sewing. Jessica, how you doing, honey? Yeah, now that daylight is sooner, I needed to go back to work during the day so I could have the opportunity to make some money because the money I need to make, I got to put in at least 8 hours, if not more. So I gotta work days, and I'm just gonna keep it at this time frame too. I don't know if I have to change it when the time changes again or not, but so that I have longer daylight hours. No, that would be fine. It would work the same. But it's getting dark now earlier, so. And I don't work in the dark. I don't go door dashing. I get too many bad neighborhoods. Too many crazy college students. Yeah, it's just dangerous. And I can't see very well in the dark. I just don't want to deal with that drama. I had to deal with it Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings after they've been out partying the night before. Oh, you're going live with Greenland Quilter? Nice. You've done that before, haven't you? With her? I think I saw one. Yeah. She sent me an email. I forgot all about that. Should I do it? Should I respond? I forgot about that. It was quite a while ago, actually, that she did that. I wasn't sure I was ready for it. Yeah, I go live with her every now and then, yeah. I like her. She asks great questions. Oh, some of these didn't turn out that great. I don't care. I don't care. This is good. There's some space in between. At least I didn't cut off my points. They're floating in there. I'll do this instead. It's too much green in one spot. Okay. Oh, I'm warm. This was good when I was outside today, but out in the backyard. Not sitting in the house. I just can't believe how warm it is. It's November 7th. We've been in the 50s. It was a beautiful day today. Been out in the backyard for a while. Neighbor across the street has those orange glow lights that look like flames. They're in her on either side of her front door. Just look at them. I always look over at them. Always. I think they're so cool. All right. Okay, maybe it's the steam that's making me hot. So I should be back in my craft room just next week. I get my rug like any day now. And I started decluttering my room, getting it ready to put the new rug in. So hopefully I can roll around and not slide out into the hallway. And I hope this rug works. It just got so decluttered, so cluttered in there. Good deal. So I am decluttering and finding new storage, new ways to store things and throwing things out. So I did it is a chore. It is. So I in my sewing cabinet, which I use as a desk, the printer sits on it. Because my sewing machines don't fit into this vintage cabinet. And the drawers I put I have journals. I have a whole bunch of journals. So I Googled it today. How long do people keep their journals? I mean, my kids aren't going to want to read this stuff when I pass on. What are they going to do with it? You know what I mean? So I was like, what am I going to do with this whole pile of journals that I have? Do you guys keep journals? I'm like, what am I going to do with these? I can't seem to toss them right now, but I don't want to read them either. So I don't want to go back there, honestly. So I don't know what to do with them. Those are the one thing I've kind of got piled up. I've got a lot of magazines, and I've gone through them several times and tossed things and gave them to, I had some coworkers who were quilters and gave them to them. And I think one even gave the ones that I have to me. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with them. I can't seem to get rid of them. So I was thinking that maybe next year I'd make that a project, is to go through my quilt magazines, the magazines specifically, not the patterns where I purchased them or downloaded freebies, but to go through a quilt magazine and pick out a quilt and make it. Does that sound like a good idea? I don't even know. Maybe do a sew along if somebody else is interested in it. Because there were some magazines that I had where I really, really wanted to make particular quilt. So I have to go back and look and see. But there's just a whole pile of them too. I'm like, I got this pile of things that are so tall. I don't even know what to do with them. They're sitting there right now, and I'm stewing on the whole idea. I have to get bigger storage container for my parts center for all those orphan blocks and orphan units and whatnot. So I think I need to make a quilt out of those because I need to put those in bigger containers. All right. Another one bites the dust. No, I got one more one more bottom row to put on, and then this block will be done. Oh, she has doubles of magazines? Nice. How do you end up with doubles? But anyway, I'm glad she shared with you. School projects, scrapbooking, and card making supplies. Yeah, I have boxes of all the kids' stuff. Their report cards and school pictures, the extras that you got that you didn't send to family and put in Christmas cards and whatnot. Yeah, I have boxes of that. And I ain't getting rid of any of that. My mom gave me my box years ago. So I'm going to give them to the kids too. Isaac's is smaller than Xavier's, but yeah, I have all of that artwork and the whole kit and caboodle. Actually, Xavier made a yarn rope bowl, a small one. It was red and black, and it was all wonky, and yeah, I just stuck that back because I was storing something in it, and somehow I found it was empty. I don't even remember what was in it, so I was like, gotta get that back. Gotta use that again. All those magazines I have, I just go through them to throw out, because your tastes change over time. So I've gone through them already like twice and thrown out some, but I still have a bunch of them. I have a pile of printed PDF documents of patterns that need to be hole punched and put into the binder. I should go through what's in the binder and see if I should get rid of them. I don't know. If I spent money on it, I really don't like getting rid of it. I don't know what my boys would do with it. Yeah, I was thinking there's got to be something we could do with the magazines. That's the way I had them. And then they got so tall, they fell over. That's when I decided I needed to go get 3 ring binders. And I'd only bought 2, and I needed 3. And now I'm ready for a 4th one. I have an idea of a quilt in my head that I want to make. And I need to purchase the patterns because it's going to be multiple patterns of people. So I'll talk about it someday, but I want to make it in blue and white. My block is done for Bristol Blue. So I'm kind of still working through the concept in my brain. This was block 23, Cups and Saucers. Red Sky at Night. And now I've got to get together. This is like this. Oh, I'm not gonna, yeah. I have to do 24. T for 4. And it's kind of exactly the same thing. However, the center is a square and a square. So everything else is the same about it. The flying geese. They have square triangles. It's just the center is a square and a square. I select quilt patterns for me. However, So the last quilt I made my mom, I had bought in a magazine at Joann's and had gone over to her house. We were going to go have dinner, and I was looking through it as we were waiting to go before we left the house. And I showed her something in the magazine. She's like, "Oh, I like that one." And I ended up making that quilt for her. She said, "I would like to have one for my bed." And so I made it for her. And then I bought one to make for my sister. But there were other, I bought a book, so it had multiple patterns in it. And I liked other patterns in it for myself. But so, yeah, for gifts and for myself. I will post things like on Pinterest and stuff, and my sister will see them, and she'll be like, "I want that." Like when I did in Facebook, and I posted the Alaska quilt along that's going to happen next year. She's put in a request for that quilt, but she's put in a request for special colors, which are not in the kit that you can buy from Fat Quarter Shop. I mean, not Fat Quarter Shop, from Laundry Basket Quilts. So I'd love to make it in the pre-cut because I don't like cutting, and I want to try a pre-cut quilt. But like I said, she wants specific colors. And orange is not in that kit. my niece, my oldest niece, me, and my youngest niece likes orange too. And me and my sister love orange. The color orange. We love the color orange. I don't even have a quilt color orange. I made my youngest niece one of those picture quilts of the bubble. Did it say anything in it? I can't remember. And I made it in orange and yellow, her two favorite colors. And I put an orange Mickey on the back, and she just loved it. She was a teenager at the time. So I don't know if she still has it. I don't know if she moved it to Colorado with her, but it had one of those little bubbles in it. And it was a heart. It had a heart in the middle, and it was inside one of those little bubble things. Yeah. I made one block and made like a little mat mug rug out of it. It's upstairs in my sewing room hanging on the wall. I'll remember to bring it down, show you. So I made that for my youngest niece. Made a lot of, I wanted to make like my oldest granddaughter is a huge softball chick. Oh my God. And she's amazing. She just started high school, and she's got colleges looking at her to bring to school to play in their softball teams. But so I wanted to make get that base. There's a baseball pattern with the strings and stuff as well. I wanted to make that for her, but I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant to make anything for my grandkids anymore because they never used any of the stuff I sent them. So my son just seems very indifferent to the whole idea of quilting. He thinks it's just kind of ridiculous. And I made a quilt for my youngest son. It's all batiks, except for the background fabric. And I made a pineapple quilt in all batiks and rainbow colors and stuff. But he never used it because he didn't want to ruin it, which I can understand because he's not very, he will. So I used it a lot. Now it's just sitting in my cabinet over there. I'll have to show it to you sometime. I intend to show you the quilts that are in that cabinet. I just haven't gotten around to it. I was going to do a separate video for that. I pulled out all the fall and Halloween ones not that long ago. All right, so now my half square triangles are done. So we'll do that down there and that down there. We'll do this one. Oh, let's do this. I got 2 reds. All right. Are these the right size? I'm gonna go look this up. Somehow it was. Oh, they are. They're the right size. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking I was making something else, but it's just a square to square. I thought the small foot was too big. But it's not. I still think it's too big. I gotta go double check. Okay. I don't think I made this one the right size. Let me measure it. I just realized what the problem is. I'm doing this all wrong. Square and square. I'm doing it wrong. I'm not making this right. Okay. I'm tired. Oh, Jess, you made a Harrisonburg quilt? Oh, nice. You got tomorrow's project is all cut. Fabulous. Which project is that? Or is that for the Harrisonburg quilt? So finish it, meaning the top, the flimsy? Yeah, I didn't sew along with that one. This is like the first time I've sewn along with anything with Pat. This Black Wednesday in the London town. I just love watching her every single day. I look forward to watching her every morning. Yeah, I think it's time for me to call it because I'm already making mistakes. Of course, I cut that earlier, not thinking how to even do. I did for my mom and Kim deal. I'm making a sister quilt for myself, plain fabric. Nice. Awesome. Oh, I'd love to see that. Yeah, that Kim Deal one that's coming out in January. I want to do that. I'm going to put that on my calendar. Where's my calendar? Oh, it's way over there. All right. Yeah. What is it? Secret Garden or something it was called? Yeah, send pictures. I'd love to see that. That quilt is so pretty. Wendy Shepherd's patterns are just fabulous. Yeah, I can't. I hope I can do that one. I've got until the end of December to finish what I got going on here. The Laundry Basket Quilts, Red Sky at Night. This one's ongoing. The Happy Halloween one. Those are ongoing. London Town, when's that going to be done? I don't want it to end. want it to end. Make more blocks. Make it bigger. Let's see. "12 weeks. And we're halfway. So, let me get my calendar out here. So that would be today. And then the 14th, the 21st, the 28th, the 5th, the 12th. So we should be, I should have this finished too by the end of December. I'm going to have a lot of quilts finished by the end of December. I hope. Want to finish London Town and quilt for each from, oh, nice. For each of your sons. You have 2, right? Oh. I'm looking ahead. Next time is the Liberty block. Right now we're doing the ship. Yes, 2 sons. 2 wonderful boys. I love it. Yeah. Should I go get that quilt that I made my youngest son? That pineapple one? I'm going to go get it. I'll be right back. Yep. I use Missouri Star Quilt Company pineapple tulle that they had and made this quilt out of batiks. I wanted it bright, but I used black for the background. And then I also made a heart block for the corner. So that's my batik, my pineapple quilt, and it's huge. It's massive. It like fits a queen size bed. And I quilted it myself on my little Singer machine. And I put flying geese all the way around and put these little, the extra pieces on the back of this. So there is my pineapple quilt. I know I made this one 5-6 years ago, maybe. Might be a little bit longer than that. I've washed it a couple of times. It's very pilly. This black fabric pilled up. I thought it was black Kona. I'm not sure that it actually is. But thank you. But I just love the pineapple quilt. My sister wanted one of these too at one time. She may have forgotten about that. Oh, yeah. I wanted it to just be blues. But, you know, the packages come with all those other bright colors too in it, and I just couldn't resist. And the back is done in like a blue grunge. It's very weathered and faded look, but yeah, it's just all pilly. You got cat hair all over it. Thank you. Yeah, it's massive quilt. It's massive. All right. So we've been on an hour and a half. I think it's time for me to start calling it a night, you guys. I'm tired. I'm tired. Moving furniture and decluttering and sewing. I sewed a lot today. All right, you guys. Oh, one wants a fishing quilt. So you have fish fabric. Okay. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. And if I'm lucky, maybe again, I'll have some more sew alongs and blocks of the month and quilt alongs to share with you. I've been dinner is waiting. You better hurry up. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. And I don't know what I was going to say. I've lost it. Okay, you guys. See you tomorrow night. Love you. Thanks for being here.